All right, so the intro and outro will be from my car because honestly, I don't have the bandwidth right now, or I'm not in a space. This is sort of what happens when you're like in and out of different homes while you're doing this digital nomad thing. I don't have the bandwidth to set up the camera right now. But anyways, so intro. I hope you all enjoy this video. It's my time in Guerneville. So this was our first time doing Trusted House Sitters. So as you guys may have watched our videos, for the next 2 months, my husband and I are doing Trusted House Sitters while staying at our parents' houses as well before I take off to Italy and do my year abroad starting October. So we're in and out. Guerneville, if you don't know, if you're not from California, is, and I mentioned this before or later in the video, Guerneville is about, let's say 2.5 hours, maybe 3, depending on traffic, north of San Francisco. A lot of times when people do visit California, they go San Francisco or LA. But Northern California, when you go like to Moreno County, Sonoma County, is very beautiful. It's very serene. There's a lot of woods. There's quiet beaches. It gives me sort of like Maine vibes. And some parts of the beaches did remind me in the drive, like driving through the UK a little bit. So like the countryside of the UK. So anyways, it's very serene and beautiful. So this small town, by the way, shocked me. Like, not only was it really cool, really beautiful, because we haven't actually spent time in Guerneville. We've been to like Corbel winery, the famous like champagne place. We went there years ago. So that's where Guerneville's at. It's where Corbel's at, if you see it on the map. But anyways, this small town so priced me because it was such like, it's like a country town, so I was sort of like low-key expecting more like Trump supporters, right? Thankfully, there wasn't any. There was maybe, I don't know. There was no Trump flags basically in this town. It was completely pride, like so many pride flags. So we got the vibe from this town that there was a lot of people that maybe like retired from San Francisco and moved up there, or retired from like Seattle and moved down. Like it's very liberal. There are some like country people that live there. But everyone just gets along. And the guy that served us wine at the wine bar that you'll see later, he even mentioned, he's like, you know what, like where he lives, which is another small town near Guerneville, that he saw, like, you know, he might see a house with a pride flag and the next house with the Trump flag and the next house with the Mexican flag, and that they're neighbors. They figured out how to get along, and because it floods up there, because it's near the river, it's near Russian River, and it's near the ocean, so it floods. And so he mentioned, he's like, when it's flooding, we all have to help each other out. So we figured out how to get along. Like, we could have a meal together. There just might be certain topics we don't talk about. And I'm like, isn't that nice? Right? Isn't that what we want to see? So this town is very like liberal and very comfortable to walk around. Very easy town. So enjoy my time there. I hope this intro wasn't too much. I don't know. Alright, so join me. On our first day, we went to the Russian River Books and Letters. It was a small bookstore, but I love that they had books in Spanish. They had some fiction, some nonfiction, some used books, and of course they also had some little like knickknacks that you can buy as gifts. It was a very sweet store right next to a coffee shop, one of the main coffee shops. So, and then you're gonna see very soon I started playing with the typewriter. So after the bookstore, we just literally walked across the street. This town is very small, and went to Quality Vines, and we had some lovely glasses of wine, and we talked to the person that's there that was working. His name was Ben, super friendly. And then apparently it is attached to a gallery, and you could take your glass of wine and walk through the gallery. So that's what I did. For the rest of the day, we just walked on the main street. This sign was outside, I think Cowboy something. Then we went to another wine bar, got some snacks, went to a Mexican restaurant bar, got some more food, some more snacks. It was just like, honestly, like a little bit of a boozy afternoon, but we loved it. And that was our Friday. So on Friday at the bookstore, I saw a sign for a silent book club meetup at the beach that's in town. This beach is a river beach, so you're not going to the ocean, which is 20 minutes away. You're literally going like 5 minutes away from town. It was super simple. So we went there and we met some people and we read some books, and Nick took a nap. And then we went to that coffee shop that was by the bookstore and grabbed some smoothies. And then we just went for a drive. We were going to go to the beach, but it was a little cold. So we went for a drive, we saw some sights, and then we went out to dinner, and you'll see all of that. Okay, so on our way to the beach, we noticed it was a little foggy and cold, so tomorrow we'll go to the beach. Today it looked way too cold for what we're wearing. But on our way there, there's this cute little shopping center, and we have dinner plans later, but we figured, oh, we'll stop here and grab ourselves a little treat. And there's a bookstore, and then go out to dinner. But it's a cool little like shopping center on the side of the river. So yeah, we went to Sophie's Cellars. The owner was very friendly. We were one of the last people there because it's towards the end of the day. And we just each got ourselves some wine. We got some cheese. And then, yeah, we just hung out for a little bit. Afterwards, we did go back to the house we were house sitting and changed real quick because we were going to go out to a very nice dinner. So this is one of the best known restaurants. In our meal. I wish that there was more pictures. We enjoyed this meal so much. I'm sorry, there's not a lot of pictures. It was so delicious. You know what? Let's go to present day me. I'm gonna talk so much about this food. All right, so I'm coming to you guys from my car. I thought I was gonna set up my camera and do a cute little like background shot, but I need to make sure this video is edited and ready to go by Friday. So this is what's happening right now. All right, let's get into the food. So I told you all I'm going to talk more about this food. I wish we took more pictures of this delicious meal. So they only had like 4 entrees. The one that my husband got was elk. I didn't feel like having elk. I felt like that was too much meat. And then there was like a fish one. Like there was other ones, but they weren't like calling my name. So I'm like, let me just get the vegetarian one. And it said it was going to be tofu over some rice and beans and some like sauteed veggies, but you know, with more seasoning. My meal was so freaking delicious. It was one of those meals I had in my life that every bite I took, I was just like, this is so good. The tofu was amazing. I know, guys. I know. The tofu was amazing. And then the vegetables were sauteed wonderfully. The beans, like, it was just so good. Highly suggest y'all go there. And they did put on their website that, you know, they don't want people coming in shorts or like athletic wear. So I actually went home because we were in workout gear to like, I was gonna just wear like a romper because I had a change of clothes in the car. But then I was like, no, I always rather be overdressed. So I went back to the house we were sitting and got an outfit. Then we got there and saw people in shorts, and I'm like, come on, y'all. So yeah, side note, but this meal, delicious. Nick really loved his elk because he was like, this is the first time he's ever had elk, and it was seasoned really well. He was like, it is a lot of meat. It comes with potato. It's a hearty meal, but highly suggest going there. Alright, so on Sunday, we finally made our way to the ocean beach. So in this town, Guerneville, you're going to keep driving, you hit Jenner, and then if you go south, you hit Bodega Bay. This whole area of California, Northern California, off the one, like north of San Francisco, Petaluma, the beaches are like very serene because they're not like these sunny beaches where people go all the time. It's very calm. Nick and I, we've been here before when we went to Mendocino, so I strongly suggest you come see it. Here's some ASMR sounds for y'all, by the way. Okay, so we drove to like Jenner and then a little north or south. You sort of going toward Bodega Bay, but not really there. So we're a little bit north of Wright's Beach. And so along this coastline, it's the one coastline, you know. There's like a lot of small beaches like this, but it gets foggy. And so it's very peaceful, but it's not always necessarily a beach. You could just like picnic at. It's very much cliffs and water. There's Nicholas. So from where we were seeing it in Guerneville, this is like 20 minutes drive, not far. So we're just gonna take some cute photos, enjoy the view. So I'm gonna go enjoy the view. So yeah, this whole area was like 20 minutes away from the main town of Guerneville. Super chill trails just to walk along the coast. We could have went down to the ocean, but we were just like relaxing on our Sunday. We got sort of a late start and it was just really beautiful and peaceful. So again, like I said, this is 20 minutes away from like the main part of town. Easily can get to it. After our time at viewing the ocean and being at the beach, we drove back into town, again, just 20 minutes, and we stopped at Poets Corner Bookshop, which was near this in the same area as Sophie's Cellars, but this time we got there early, so it was open. And across the way was also some train, like an old railroad station, so that was pretty cool. And then once we drove into town, we went 5 minutes north, if you will, and we went into the Armstrong Woods. Very easy trail, by the way. You could do crazy hikes here, but the main trail for all the tourists is very simple, and we just felt like doing that. And we got to see like this famous tree, and I guess the tree was named after the family that preserved the woods, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, again, like 20 minutes going one way, you hit the ocean, and 20 minutes going the other way, you hit the woods. Very cool town. All right, outro time. There we go. My hair's all poofy. Sorry. I did really want to set up the camera, but like I mentioned, at my parents' house, there isn't a great place to set up the camera. Then we're going to go do trust a house sitter later. Blah, blah, blah. You don't need my excuses. Anyways, so hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm going to try to do more little tiny vlogs like this because I'll be seeing a lot of different towns when I'm doing the trusted house sitter before y'all get the Italy videos. But yeah, so I think the next video will probably be like, I will be back in Oakland, so my this town the city I lived in before I moved to LA. And I'm going to see some old friends and hang out and do some pretty cool stuff in my old stomping ground. So y'all get to see that. So I'm fixing my watch right now. But I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. If you do make your way to California to visit for whatever reason, strongly suggest going up to Moreno or Sonoma County. It's just really beautiful. You're going to it's a very peaceful type of trip. If you want to tie that in with visiting San Francisco, give yourself like 2 weeks, do all the San Francisco thing, rent a car, and then go up there. And by the way, if you go to San Francisco in the summer, it will be cold because it's always cold in the summer. But if you happen to come in the summer, let's say you want to come here in July and you do a week in San Francisco, it's going to be cold. You're going to wear pants and jackets. But once you go up there, it's going to be hot and 80 degrees. So you'll wear shorts. So just pack for both occasions. There we go. You know your girl has to give you some like packing tips while you're traveling. But that's it. I hope you all enjoy this. This is a ramble. I have so many errands to run. Bye.